Hey guys. So today I just wanted to spend a bit of time talking to you guys about beliefs and belief systems, which is something I find really interesting. So particularly in regards to your health, what are your beliefs about your health? What are your beliefs about the type of person you are? Do you think that you're an athlete, or do you think you've always been a couch potato? Have you always been the overweight girl or the fat girl? Or do you believe that you do actually have the potential and can figure out how to lose weight? And this stuff is really important because I think we put a lot of things down to willpower at the moment, and a lot of people are struggling to figure out how to lose weight and beating themselves up because they feel like they can't do anything right. Sorry if the lighting's a little bit off, guys. It's the first video, so I'm just getting the hang of things. Bear with me. But there's a lot of negativity surrounding weight loss, even when there's a lot of positive goals associated with it. So it's an honourable thing to realise that there's something that's not quite going the way you'd like it to in your life, and to want to take charge for changing that. But when we do that through putting ourselves down, when we do it through repressing our own needs, when we do it through deprivation and punishment, then there's really something bigger going on behind that in terms of something else that's in play with a limiting belief or a block. So, for example, when I grew up, I hated sport. And part of the reason I hated sport was because I didn't do a lot of sport when I was younger. I was an only child, so I wasn't really running around with other kids. And the other kids I did hang out with, we put on plays and sang songs and did all kinds of weird theatrical, amazing things like that, but we weren't particularly sporty. So of course, by the time I actually went to school and I started playing sports with other kids, I was already not so great at them, which of course, as a kid especially, makes you want to do them even less, right? Because you don't want to keep showing off for the thing that you suck at and you're picked last for and all that kind of stuff. So I just basically did everything I could to avoid doing sport. So my mum would write me notes so I'd get out of things. I just wouldn't sign up for anything. I signed up for all the academic stuff that I wanted to do. But of course, it's just ingrained a belief in my head that sports was something I wasn't good at. Exercise didn't come easily to me. I would never be an active, fit person. Even going to high school, I engaged in some social sport, the key word being social, because I wanted to hang out with my friends and have drinks and things afterwards, but never really for the thrill of actually doing exercise. Right, so then of course I got a bit older and went to uni and had the thing happen that happens to a lot of people when they go to uni, which is they start putting on weight. And of course, because I didn't really walk anywhere, I was that person who would drive right to the nearest available car park to the uni door. My friend and I would go and have lemon meringue pie at the cafe almost every second day at one stage, and the weight just started creeping up, and I've always been quite a small build, and I think I was about 65 or 66 kg at my heaviest, which is quite a lot. It's about 10 kg more than I am at the moment, so that was a lot on my frame. And it was quite hard for me because when I thought, well, I need to lose weight, so obviously I have to go to a trainer and I have to do all these things that people do, I didn't believe that I was someone that was capable of doing those. So it came out in a very kind of, I have to force myself to do this. I'm not good enough already. It's going to be a punishment and I'm going to have to deprive myself. So of course that's what it felt like, and that's what a lot of people feel like in diets, right? It's like, great, so if I want to be a better person, by better most people mean, thinner or fitter or whatever the ideal is, I want to be this, therefore I'm not already good enough already, and so I'm basically going to have to stop having fun for the rest of my life, and do these horrible diets and not eat anything I enjoy and never have wine again or anything like that. And it becomes this real negative, icky, mucky cycle, and then we're surprised when we don't want to stick to the diet. So that's why I think it's really interesting to look at your beliefs, because I know that once I started looking into personal development and I got really interested in that kind of stuff, I really started learning about beliefs and thought patterns and affirmations, which a lot of you may be familiar with. So for me, it was a matter of using something like the affirmation of I am a 57 kg life coach. And so I would be walking around the gym thinking in my head, I'm a 57 kg life coach. I'm a 57 kg life coach. And I was 65 kg at that time when I went and got a trainer again. This was after uni, sort of after falling off the fitness wagon many, many more times. And it really, my weight wasn't dropping quickly, and that seemed quite impossible. But I just started to place that idea in my head. And when the ideas popped up of like, you know, you're not an athlete, you'll never be fit, you'll never lose the weight that you want to, I really would just replace that in my head and go, okay, no, that's a story. That's something that isn't to do with me. I am a 57 kg life coach. And I hadn't even studied coaching or anything then. I just thought that was something I'd quite like to do. But the changes that made as well is it got me thinking when I made breakfast in the morning, well, what would a 57 kg life coach eat for breakfast? When I was putting together my dinner at night, I'd ask the same question. When I was parking the car, instead of parking right next to the door, maybe a 57 kg life coach who's interested in health would park a bit further away and walk. And it really gets you to shift all this thinking that you've had in the past about the type of person you really are. Because if you have this story in your head and it doesn't match where you want to go, the story is the incorrect thing, not you. You're not flawed because you're not matching up to this ideal. If you really desire something, it's my belief that that is truly who you are. And whatever you desire, that's what you're supposed to manifest in the world. And all these blocks and these negative thoughts, that's just the story that's been strapped on. It's like the mask, if you will, that's been put on your face. It's not the real you. And it's not that you have to go out there and put other things on top of you to keep making yourself better. It's just taking the mask off. It's getting rid of all these negative things that you've picked up along the way and you've taken on to be you, and just putting them to one side. And then realizing that what's left is actually pretty cool. And that with what's left, once you've removed those blocks, you have so much more potential and you have so much more energy to go out and get what you really want. Because a lot of people as well, when they're talking about health and fitness, they really, really want to increase their energy, right? Like I think the common theme that most people go to doctors and naturopaths and people for is they have no energy. Well, it takes a lot of energy to fight against yourself and to be stuck in jobs where you don't feel like you're making a difference or you're appreciated, or to spend your life doing something you think you should do because your parents told you should do it, or stay in a relationship with someone who you think you should stay in because you don't want to hurt their feelings even though you know that it's not right for you. And all of that's a massive energy suck. It's like having, if you think of yourself as a computer, it's like having this computer ROM with all these old systems that have bugs that don't make any sense for the computer anymore running all over in the background, and you wonder why you can't move forward and you feel like you're stuck in quicksand, right? So really getting clear on, first of all, what you want and where you want to go. Second of all, what comes up as soon as you write that down? When you make that statement, I want to weigh this amount, I want to run a marathon, I want to start my own business. What's the next thing? What's the little voice of like, yeah, but I'm the fat girl and I'll never lose weight. Or, yeah, but I don't know anything about running my own business. Or, yeah, but what will people think of me if I do that? And it's really important to acknowledge those, not as the truth, but as part of your story that you've picked up along the way and as part of your journey. And then to really look in and go, well, is that true? And do I want it to be true? And what beliefs and systems am I feeding into that that's causing it to keep thriving? And once you've done that, just removing those ideas and being gentle and loving with yourself and replacing them with the belief systems of how you want your life to look. So that's my discussion for today. I would love to hear what you guys think about that. I just think it's so interesting the way our thoughts really impact every area of our life. Our thoughts create our emotions, and our emotions create our behavior and our habits, and that's ultimately the way our life is looking when we get out on the street every day. Those are the habits and behaviors that are either causing us to fail or causing us to fly. So yeah, I'd love to hear back from you guys. I hope you're having a brilliant and magical day, and I'll talk to you again soon. Bye.